again, what's up YouTube? It's your pub Moonstone, and so yeah, as the title says, this is how I told my friends and family that I was a furry. Now, if you're expecting a video where it was very complicated, or I had to come up with a plan of how to tell them, or it was just the right type of moment sort of thing, then I don't think you would, want to stay around that long, because it was actually a lot easier than I thought. Before I get into that, make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I want to give a special thank you to one of my newest subscribers, the Lion Queen, for subscribing to my channel. And she actually has her own channel. I'll put a link to it in the comments down below. Her content is amazing. She does creepypastas. If you like creepypastas, then you'll love her. So anyway, back to the topic. Main topic, I mean. Seriously, get those words out of my face. Thank you. So, anyway, around the time when I was around 12 or 12 and a half or 13 or something like that, that's when I first started drawing my persona. Now, as you all know, or most of you know, unless you're new, my persona started out as a Dalmatian. But later on is when I decided to draw him as a Siberian Husky. Or a White Wolf. I can't remember which order I went in. So anyway, I wanted to hint at my parents that I was a furry, because I felt like that would be a lot more simple, but the only problem was, I only have one parent, and she's a mom, and she has a boyfriend, so, and they're not the really ones that are online stuff, so they weren't really aware of the furry fandom or anything like that. But I had this tiny little voice in the back of my mind saying, hey, they gotta know something about it, I'll just test them, see if they know, and, yeah. I did the same thing with my friends. I would often bring up animal subjects, anthropomorphic animal subjects, mostly werewolves and stuff, for no particular reason. Intent, Theron, White Wolf. So anyway, I still did that. And so far, they didn't suspect anything. They still had no clue I was a furry. And I was starting to lose my mind. I was trying to think, oh, come on, there's gotta be an easier way to tell them I'm a furry without essentially saying, hey, I'm a furry. Looking back on it now, I have no idea what caused me to be so afraid of telling them, but that was probably just my younger brain kicking in. So yeah. So after a while, I started drawing my persona in full detail. The height, the body, basically a rough sheet. I have at least 16 rough sheets of my persona laying around someplace, because I pretty much drew a rough sheet of him whenever I was bored, and eventually I started drawing other fictional characters, which I use in my stories, which will be available on AO3 soon. If you don't know what AO3 is, it's basically just a storytelling website. Yeah, I'm gonna publish stuff on there. But eventually, one of my friends asked,
hey man, why are you drawing that character?
and I was like, oh, you finally noticed. After months and months of trying to get you guys to notice, you finally noticed. I'm glad you like it. Do you like it? I hope you like it. And I was like, yeah, cool, it's pretty cool. Looks like a furry. And I was like, thank God he knows what a furry is. And I was like, yeah, do you know what they are? And he said, yeah, they're kind of cute. I kind of like them. And I was like, oh, thank God, oh, thank God, oh, thank God, oh, thank God. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. So that's Moonstone. That's my persona. What do you think? And he was like, oh, you're a furry? And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, you got a channel? And I was like, I hope so someday. This was back in 7th grade. Looking back on it now, I'm like, ha, I know I get a channel, and I have my own channel. And eventually, I asked him, do you think the others like it? And I was like,
Sure, I'll see.
and he told the others, and all of them, except for one, were okay with it. His name was Johnny. Can I call him Johnny? I'll just call him Johnny, because his name starts with J. I think so, at least. I don't know. It has a just sound in it. Anyways. So anyway, Josh was like,
Furry.
and I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're furry? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you gotta find a different hobby. That's just weird. And I was like, ah! And that was the end of that. And how I told my mom, well, this was actually kind of cheesy. I was just sitting in the living room one day while Mom was talking on the phone. Thought she was done. She set the phone down and sat next to me. And he was like, so, Moon, how's your day? And I was like, good. And, Mom? And she was like, yeah. Have you ever heard of what a furry is? And she's like, oh, yeah, your brother mentioned that. And I was like, wait, Alex a furry too? I mean, I saw him draw animals before, but I never knew that he was actually a furry. Has his own YouTube channel. I'll tell you about it later on. I'm still trying to get a link from him, so back to the topic. And she was like, oh yeah, he has a persona called an axolotl. Is that what they're called, personas? I was like, oh yeah. I actually have my own persona too. And she's like, oh really? That's so cool. Can I see? And I'm like, yeah. I showed her the picture of Moonstone. I showed her a bunch of pictures of Moonstone. The original version was a Dalmatian, then White Wolf, then Siberian Husky. And she's like, oh my god, Moon, those are so cool. And she was like, are you gonna make a costume about it? And I was like, no, costumes cost way too much. And I was like, oh wait, I can make a costume. Yeah, I'm making a costume, Mom. Then I'm gonna have my own channel. And she was like,
Costume, yes. Channel, I don't think so.
and I was like, you'll see. And here I am today. So yeah, that's basically how I told my friends and family I'm a furry. I'm glad all of them were so accepting, except for that one guy, but there's always going to be that one guy that just doesn't accept it. I mean, sadly, that's the way life works. Not for everything, just for most things. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, I'm chewing on my favorite chew toy bone, because my friend said, hey, can you chew on your bone again in the video? I found it kind of cute. And I was like, oh, sure. I like that. Plus the bone. I know you guys can't feel this right now, because the feeling option isn't available on YouTube yet, but it's so squishy and so soft. I actually use it as a fidget toy sometimes, or it's just toy. It works as both. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And until we meet again, peace. See you later. Bye.